आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
9th October is the death anniversary of a legendary freedom fighter, Dr Saifuddin Kitchlew, hailed as the hero of the Jallianwala Bagh protests against the draconian Rowlatt Act of 1919. Dr Kitchlew was also a founding leader of the Naujawan Bharat Sabha, which rallied thousands of students and young Indians to the nationalist cause. He was born on 15th January in 1888 in a Kashmiri family which had moved to Amritsar. A student of sharp intellect, Kichulu completed his bachelor's from Cambridge University in London and obtained his PhD from Germany.
His revolutionary aspirations dated back to his Cambridge days when he actively participated in majlis, a society formed by Indian students to discuss India's colonial woes. It was through these meetings that he met India's future Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Kitchlew returned to India in 1913 and started practicing law in Amritsar. Professor Amandeep Bal, head of the Department of History in Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, says, after his return from abroad, one thing that stood out vividly was Dr Kitchlew's devotion and love for the nation.
डॉक्टर सैफुद्दीन किचलू जब आए तो उन्होंने आके देखा कि अगर हमें हिंदुस्तान को आगे लेके जाना है तो हमें मिलके काम करना चाहिए। यही वजह थी कि अगले दिनों में उन्होंने काफी सारी ऐसी एक्टिविटीज में पार्टिसिपेट किया कि यहाँ पे ये चीजें प्रमोट हो जाए।
Deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi and the national movement, Dr Kitchlew left his legal practice to join the cause. In March 1919, the Imperial Legislative Council passed the Rowlatt Act, which empowered the government to put people in jail without trial.
Dr Saifuddin Kitchlew was one of the leaders who protested against the legislation. Professor Amandeep Bal says Dr Kitchlew's oratory was very powerful.
उन दिनों में बड़ी-बड़ी मीटिंग्स होती थी जिनमें लोग इनको सुनने के लिए जाते थे क्योंकि डॉक्टर सैफुद्दीन किचलू बहुत बढ़िया ओरेटर थे। वो हिंदुस्तान की बात भी करते थे, कम्युनल यूनिटी की भी बात करते थे, साथ में सत्याग्रह की बात करते थे, तो लोग उनके साथ जुड़ते थे।
On 9th April 1919, Dr Kitchlew and another freedom fighter, Dr Satyawati Devi, helmed an anti-government procession that progressed through the heart of Amritsar. The two leaders were arrested and interned in Dharamshala. On 13th April 1919, a meeting was called in the Jallianwala Bagh to protest the arrest. As the meeting was underway, British Brigadier General Reginald Dyer ordered his troops to open fire on the peaceful protesters.
The troops fired 1,650 rounds of bullets at the gathering, killing around 1,000 as per the Indian National Congress. The government released Dr Kitchlew in December 1919. He was a staunch advocate of communal harmony, strongly opposing the idea of partition along religious lines.
Dr Kitchlew suffered a cardiac arrest and passed away on 9th October 1963. On his death, Jawaharlal Nehru remarked that he lost a very dear friend who was a brave and steadfast captain in the struggle for India's freedom.
It was also on this day in 1942 freedom fighter from Punjab, Satyawati Devi, made a daring act of replacing the British flag with the Congress flag in Lahore jail. Popularly known as BG or Mataji, Satyawati had been arrested on August 26, 1942, along with her 3 young children. While in prison, she organized a protest over the deplorable conditions political prisoners were forced to live in. At 5 a.m. on October 9, 1942, she rallied fellow prisoners and replaced the British flag atop the women's jail with the Congress flag.
Satyawati Devi, the granddaughter of Swami Shraddhanand and the mother of former Vice President of India Krishan Kant, hosted freedom fighters such as Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and Bhagat Singh. She often fed Bhagat Singh with her own hands. She extended hospitality to the freedom fighters even as her husband, Lala Achintram, a freedom fighter who was popularly known as the Gandhi of Punjab, spent considerable time in British jails in Lahore. On the night before he left Lahore, nationalist leader Chandrasekhar Azad hid in her house. She left for her heavenly abode on 26 October 2010. Satyawati College of the University of Delhi is named after the great freedom fighter.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.